Hi Aquarius, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for the year of 2016 plus January. Wow, can you believe it? We're here at the new year already. It's so exciting. I know this year is going to be a really good year for a lot of people. A lot of positive changes are going to happen. I want to tell you in this reading, I'm using the Robin Wood Tarot deck, and I'm pulling one card for each quarter of the year, plus an additional card for the month of just January 2016. Now, if you would like to get the expanded version of this reading, I am going to continue on after this reading and record using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, pulling 5 more cards, one for each quarter of the year and another one for January 2016 that you can get through my Vimeo videos on demand for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video where it's in the description box. You can click on that link. It will take you to those videos, or you can reach it at my website, theluckymermaid.com, and you can click on my videos page 3, and there you will find the expanded year of 2016 and expansion of January. I want to remind everybody this reading is for all people that are Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. I'd also like to encourage you to watch your rising sign and your moon sign if this is your sun sign, because many times your rising sign and your moon sign are going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So please be sure to remember that. That way you can get more insight and information. So now let's get on to see what's coming up for you, Aquarius, in 2016. You're starting with a really good card. I like it, Aquarius. I like it for you. You have the Magician. And the Magician is a card to me that symbolizes the card of the manifester. This is what you think about, you bring about. What's in the ethers up there in the spiritual realms, you can bring into fruition in the physical world. I get you're working through a lot of projects, plans, and ideas this year, especially now this is in the first quarter, but it could pertain to the entire year as well, where I get a lot of bubbling ideas, like ideas bubbling and percolating for you. There's something you know you need to do or something you know you need to finish. I feel for many of you Aquarians, you almost have too much on your plate right now, and you need to take a step back from the situation and get a different perspective or view. Like get a lay of the land, see how the situation is going to lie out in front of you before you proceed forward. Your knowledge seems to be heightened for some of you. So this is either through your own studies and educations or personal enrichment or advancement that you've done for yourself, or maybe you've taken classes or your studies have increased. This can also be coming from the spiritual realm. This could be coming from your guides, angels, and ascended masters. I feel for some of the projects you have coming up in this first quarter, you have to, or for this year, in the first quarter, you have to think very hard about mapping things out. I'm getting mapping things out and organizing things and planning things and strategizing for you Aquarians. That's what I see in the beginning of this year of 2016. I feel that you're going to have a lot of people that may be stopping and listening to what you have to say, and they may also be taking notes, getting people writing down, like taking notes or taking mental notes of something you're saying or doing. You, I think, Aquarians are going to be very pleased about how your year unfolds. I do pick up a lot of interesting things happening for you. I'm getting like this revving feeling, like this, when they show in cartoons when the snowball starts down the hill and it's building up steam, that's what I see your year like this year, Aquarius. It may be a little bit of that little snowball in the beginning, but I feel it's really going to go somewhere for you. There's a lucky strike for you in September. Lucky strike. So that could mean a lot of things. You could play the slots or go to Vegas and win some cash. I don't know, or win the lottery. But it could be lucky strikes of many kinds. I feel that there's going to be organization, organizing, and looking at details, and I'm reading the fine print. So if you get anything coming to you in writing, whether it be a contract, a legal document of some type, that you may have to sign for whatever the reason, please be sure to look at the details on the fine print because they are mentioning it. So now let's see what the second quarter of this year is going to hold for you, Aquarius. You have the Empress. That's another good card. So you had the Magician, which is a major arcana card, followed by another major arcana card of the Empress. And the Empress to me is a card that symbolizes birth of an idea, birth of a child, birth of a project, birth of a plan or business or enterprise. It can also indicate maybe somebody in the spirit world around you that's a maternal figure watching over you, a mother, a grandmother, or a great-grandmother, or someone like a mother figure to you, guiding you. The Empress can also mean that. So this is for the second quarter. I feel that you're reworking plans in the second quarter of the year and rewording things differently, and redoing things. You could be also redoing things about yourself, your image, your personal appearance, something that you're doing. If you own your own business, maybe you're going to rework it and change it somehow. Or if you're working for somebody else, maybe there's something you do at that job or business that you are going to be like, you know what, I know a better way to do it. Or I'm going to rework what I'm doing because I can get this done faster or better or both. So I see that coming up here through the Empress for you Aquarians for the second quarter of this year. I do feel you're going to be generating a lot of buzz, or public opinion is going to be high about you. So this could be coming in the form of coworkers, family members. It could be clubs, groups, and organizations you belong to. Maybe buzz is going to be positive about you there. Or if you deal with the public, in some way, I feel that is the main way that there's going to be positive things about you and good buzz about you in the second quarter. I do feel that you're going to learn some new method or new skill of doing something in the second quarter, and this may replace some old way or outdated, way you used to do something, because it's something you're doing. It's something that you're usually doing. You're changing it. You're altering it. You're learning new and improved and better ways to do it. I feel that any of you that own your own business, you could be customizing something, because they're using that word to me. And this could be offering customized things to people, or it could be you're customizing something you're working on, because the word customized is coming up really strongly. And I do feel that you're going to get the piece of something for the fraction of a cost. So if you're buying something, you could be getting an awesome deal on something in the second quarter. It could be a piece of equipment or, something like that. It could be the piece of a business. Maybe somebody's in a partnership and they want out, and you're going to buy into this business at a awesome price or unbelievable deal. But somehow, Aquarius, mark my words, you're getting a great deal in the second quarter of this year coming up in 2016. So now, crowning your reading, which would be the third quarter of the year, you have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card to me that symbolizes expanding your business, expanding your craft, expanding your skills and knowledge and abilities. It could also be if you own your own business, maybe you're going to open up a new branch or a new division or a new shop, or expand it, like if you have a website, add more services or more products to your website. It can be any one of those things. Could also be if you're working for someone else, that they give you more duties, more responsibilities to do that hopefully will bring you more money, because this is a card of Pentacles and 3 is a creative number. So I feel like you're going to do well regardless, whether it's your own business or it's a business deal or a new position increasing for you at work. I feel it's a positive thing. You have positive cards ahead of it and you got positive cards behind it. So you got no negative cards here, Aquarius. Know that. I'm happy for you. Nothing negative that I'm seeing right here in this reading. I feel that there's a lot of your skills that are going to be brought about for discussion. This could be by a review board. It could be by employers. It could be by the public. Anybody that would be gathering together to have some confab about what you're doing. But I don't feel it's negative, but I get it's like being scrutinized or talked about in some way. There's a great deal of success, I feel, coming for many, many of you Aquarians. And I have to say, marriage is in the offing. They do bring it up. So I do, but it's odd. It's odd it's coming up through this card. But my guides are going to say whatever, at whatever card. It doesn't matter. I always go by what they say over any card meaning ever. And they are mentioning that it's not on top of you, but it's like in sight now. It's in the distance enough that it's close enough where you're not waiting for, you know, the next turn of the next century for it to happen. Just know that, Aquarius. I do feel that you're going to receive some accolades for your work or business and or promotions or both. This is the third quarter of 2016. I feel like you've got a lot of good thoughts at that time and also a lot of practicality. I'm picking up you being very practical minded in the third quarter of the year. And I hear other people coming to talk to you to pick your brain. Could be they want your advice, or it could be that they're like, well, it does come up as like wanting your advice for some reason. They do. To help what they're doing is really the reason. It's not a negative reason. I feel that any of you that have gone through a learning process or furthered your education or getting some kind of advanced degree, it comes up as many of you graduating or something to do with that circles around the third quarter. So either you're beginning to do it or you're completing it and getting a certificate or degree for whatever this, for a lot of you, I feel it's, you know, advanced degrees is what's coming up here. So the next card you have for the fourth quarter of the year of 2016, Aquarius, you have another kind of happy-go-lucky good card. You have the 3 of Rods. I'm sorry. I have glasses on. It's the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. Now, the 3 of Cups, to me, this either indicates a party, a gathering, or a celebration, or it can be just celebrating. It can also be you throwing the parties, you attending the parties, and it can also indicate 3 sisters, 3 friends. It can also be that. It can also be a celebratory conclusion to something happening, like, hooray, it's over. And remember how I got some of you maybe graduating with advanced degrees in the third quarter? Well, this is the fourth quarter of 2016. I feel you're going to be, some of you are really going to be looking at contracts or business deals or some kind of big purchases. Some of you may be purchasing a business, a new home, because I'm seeing real estate is a big possibility here for some of you in that fourth quarter. I feel like you're going to be settling on a deal. Some of you may be selling property. It could be selling property. Some of you are buying it. It's both, but settling, making settlement on some deals goes on in the fourth quarter for you. I do feel if you're your own business owner, a business proposition is going to come to you out of the blue. that where somebody's going to offer you to do something that will end up being lucrative for you and expanding what you're doing with business and making more money. So I'm not saying for some of you, you may be going into partnership with this person and you could become business partners. For some of you, it's only partnership about a particular deal, a specific aspect that is going to increase your finances and your funds. That's what's coming up here through this Three of Cups. I see for some of you attending small intimate gatherings or small gatherings involving public speaking also comes up for some of you Aquarians in the fourth quarter of the year. And for some of you, this is going to be through your work where you may be asked to stand up and teach something or make a presentation. So if you're not used to that, be prepared. I feel like you're going to do well, but you may be like, I don't really want to do that. But for some of you, it's going to be for other reasons. You could be, speaking at your church or some community group that you belong to. You could even be presenting yourself on YouTube, on the internet in some way, or out in the public also comes up because I'm seeing you speaking and you're speaking in front of people. Some of you, the groups are going to be smaller. Some of you, the groups are going to be bigger, but it comes up for the fourth quarter. You're getting ready to travel at that time. I'm hearing pack your bags, get ready because you're taking some trip. Now, for some of you that live in the United States, you're going to Australia. Because I'm picking that up. Now, if you live in other parts of the world, I feel it doesn't just have to be a United States comment, but they did mention that. But I feel you'll be traveling, and for many of you, it's to a distance. Also, Asian countries come up. So you may be visiting, Taiwan or Japan or China or, Korea. I don't know where you're going, but for some of you, that's where you're going. California also comes up here to me too. So some of you are going to California. But as I said, I do feel some Americans are going to Australia or New Zealand. That area comes up. So some of you are going to be doing that in the fourth quarter of the new year. And I am seeing in the month of December. It could actually happen for some of you in November, but it seems to be for a positive reason, not just pleasure, because I feel like something else is mixed in with it here. And I don't feel like you're traveling by yourself. I get you with a companion, or maybe a couple other people could be going too. So maybe it's, you're in a couple and it's another couple going with you. Or it's you and somebody like your assistant, and maybe you have some other people that are involved in coming too. It all depends on which Aquarius you are. So now for January, just for January, you have an interesting card. Here you have Queen of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles is a card to me that symbolizes an earth sign female. This would either be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Now she's coming up for the month of January. I hear many of you are going to be getting a lot of ideas and inspirations from this Queen of Pentacles. I feel that for some of you, she may be talking to you about formulating some kind of group or team, or that the two of you joins forces in working on something together. For some of you, it's that. For some of you, there's some worriment about a family member where there might be some strife and struggle with them. Maybe this Queen of Pentacles isn't feeling well, or is elderly, or having health problems of some sort. And I'm picking up joint things like hips, knees, feet, ankles, anywhere where there's joints, but it seems like in the lower extremities. So this person may have mobility problems. I feel like you may be working with them to help them out in some way. And for some of you, you're working with them to help give them a better life, or better quality of life for some of you. So for some of you, I feel that she's your mother, or a relative to you that you care a lot about, possibly a sister or an aunt. Could also be a male. Queens, men can still show up as queens, just like females can show up as kings and knights. Be prepared. because even though this is for January, they're like telling me to warn you, not in a negative way, like be prepared, because there's a lot of stuff going to go down in the month of February, I feel, for many of you Aquarians. And I get all this like kind of unusual energy, like almost like when you put Pop Rocks in your mouth, or and then put soda in your mouth. Did you ever do that when you were a kid? It's not good. It's kind of, but I mean, like, it's like this pop, 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 kind of like bubbly, like, you know, almost, or like a boat on the ocean, like a little rowboat getting bounced around by waves. But I don't feel it's negative. You're just going to have like adrenaline feelings, anxiety, but not necessarily bad anxiety. I don't know if there's such a thing as good anxiety, but like that feeling of anticipation. There's going to be a lot going on internally, emotionally for you in the month of January, Aquarius, and especially February though. They're saying get ready in January for February. You may feel in January a little bit like you want to close yourself off from people at some point, maybe in the middle of the month, maybe while Mercury's in retrograde. This is why it's kicking up. I don't know, because we will be in Mercury in retrograde in January. That you may close yourself off, or like take some time to yourself where you need like 2-3 days just to yourself to like rest, rejuvenate, recuperate, or charge your batteries, or, you know, get your head together. That's what it comes up for January. So I certainly hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you all so much, so much. You guys have been absolutely awesome to me, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. You guys have really been a great blessing to me, and a surprise at my subscribership, how much it's gone up. I truly appreciate that, and all your kind comments when you're watching my videos, and I really appreciate it. I do try to read them all. I do interact with people on Facebook quite a bit because that's more condensed in one spot, and I do post things there daily, as many of you guys know. And hi to all the friends and followers of the Lucky Mermaid on Facebook, because you guys are awesome. I appreciate all of you out there, and I wish you the absolute best year in 2016. I truly mean it, and I wish you many blessings and peace.